Hello and welcome to Insidious Plays Banished, the Urban Challenge. What is the Urban Challenge, you say? What is Banished? Banished is a great little city builder game. It's a simple game that it's not as complex and doesn't span like a SimCity or an Anno 2770 or even Tropico. It's somewhat in the style of Tropico, but it's much more simplified. However, just because it's simplified doesn't make it simple. Banished, in its simplicity, is as difficult as you make it. So what is the Urban Challenge? Well, the Urban Challenge is one of the most difficult things I think you can do, because the point of the Urban Challenge is to create a sustainable city that no longer needs to have any resource gathering. At the end of the challenge, you should have no farms or orchards, pastures, forester lodge, herbalist, a hunting lodge. There should be no trees growing, no gatherers, no fishermen. Basically, no raw resource production at all. And every square on the map must either be a building of some sort or a stone road, and mostly buildings if possible. Kind of a basic rule is you got to place a building, as many buildings as possible, as is reasonable. What you're trying not to do, though, is you don't want to set up it so that you block off a whole section, because you got the houses set up so that nobody can actually get to the housing because of the way the roads are lined and etc. So you want to make sure every building is accessible and you have roads everywhere else. And there are certain sections of the map where you're not going to be able to put stuff. Put a road, put a stockpile, fill it up. The goal is a urban wasteland. The only limited signs of nature, if any, obviously I believe on this map I've looked and there should be an ability to cover up every nook and cranny. It's also able to cover up all the rivers with bridges. With that, though, the exceptions to the rule are where there's a trading post, you don't need to have bridges, because without trading posts, you can't do the game at all. But the traders are going to be a surprise, because you won't see them until they pop up at the trading post, because their bridges will cover everything. It helps to do as many of the achievements with it as well, but don't worry about that. This is going to be hard enough as it is. And the ultimate goal at the end is that once you've completed all that, you got everything, try to live 10 years from that point on with whatever population you have without anybody starving or freezing to death. So starvation's a key thing, because you're going to have to make sure that you're supplying the outskirts with food and coats without having it all stay on the docks where it's coming in and being built by whoever's doing it locally. It's going to be hard enough because we're setting this on difficult, all the difficult settings. But at the end, you will destroy all crop fields, orchards, pastures, fishing docks, hunting lodges, gatherers' huts, forester lodges, herbalist mines, and quarries. Leave yourself with just an urban wasteland. So let me show you the seed. Here's the map. I've called the town Sidurbia. The map seed 207-970-490. The terrain valleys. Terrain size large. Large makes this very difficult. You can do it on a small map, and I think it's possible to do it relatively easy on a smaller map. But on a large map where you have large areas away from the main river, that's where it becomes difficult. I've chosen a seed here, which I think will give the opportunity for you to succeed, because there's access to lakes that spur off from the main river, so you can build trading posts there. Climate is harsh, so it's going to be demanding on the resources. Disasters are on, You know, that tornado comes through and just wipes out, in that 10-year period, wipes out a section. Well, you've got to repave to start your 10 years over. Fire sets to a group of buildings. Well, that's not too much of a problem, but when you start building up those new houses, it's going to be hard to keep them from starving to death. And the starting conditions are on hard. You know, in my opinion, starting conditions on hard is actually an easier thing than starting conditions on medium or easy. I don't like the storage at the beginning. It gets in my way. It makes my start slower, actually. But that being said, we're going to start out on hard because people think it's actually hard. So let's resume back into the game. The first thing we're going to do here is we're going to get the game set up. I'm going to kind of show you how I set up at the beginning of my game. One of the things I want to give credit to is my one of my heroes here, PinStar. He's got a great tutorial series. I'll have the link down at the bottom of this video. Please go over and take a look at what he's doing. He's doing a great job. And he's got some of the stuff I'm stealing from him. And I want to make sure he gets full credit. Others are things I've done that expand on him and some others. You know, obviously some things come about on their own logical sense. But I do try to make sure I do my own take on them. Make sure you have a pen and paper with you, because I will be throwing some math your way throughout the process here. But let's go ahead and get started. First thing I do when I get these things up is I set up my windows here. I got my map up here. The map's going to be important for this series because you got to watch where you are and where you're going. I've got Siderbia up here. It's early spring 1. I paused it as soon as it started. Got my 8 people, my 7 children. It's 47 degrees. Nice. No logs, no stone, no iron. Got 20 tools and 20 coats. No ale, but that's going to change. No herbs, 120 food, and 100 firewood to get us started. That means I need to do stuff really quickly. So before we get things started, let's go ahead and lay out what is popularly now called the Forest Hub. The Forest Hub is, as PinStar would call it, the Crossroads build. Is a summation of the basic resources. It gets you one of everything going. Get you meat, venison, get you the Gatherer's Hut, which will give you the 4 food types, which include a fruit, which is berries, a grain, which I believe is the roots. You get mushrooms, which is another form of meat, and then your regular food items, which would be the there's another plant. We'll see. I never really look at that plant because it's only used for gatherers. All right, so let's pick a spot. What we'll do is we'll begin with the Gatherer's Hut and find us a home. Now this is a little tight start, so we're gonna have a difficulty getting a min-max design out of here. I mean, this is the ideal spot to start out, but I'd have to cross the river. This spot, you know, there's mountains taking up spots. I mean, I could almost build it right here, but it's going to take time for the trees to grow. I think I'm going to have to do it here. And this is not ideal. It's not going to get us the food production that we need in enough time. This is just taking up so much of the centerpiece. So that's too far. What I could do here, I mean, if I could do the Gatherer's Hut, I mean, this is just, there is no good spot for this. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to come down here. I'm going to have to do Dead Man's Journey. Yeah, we'll do it here. It's gonna have to be here. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a nice spot. Can't get to it. Oh, man. I think what we'll best do is take a look. See, now what I do here is I take this gatherer's HUD, and as you can see, I can see where where it's red is where I won't be able to grow. And I can kind of get a good idea of what the terrain's going to be like. If I do it here, obviously I'm losing all of that, and then it's here I'm losing all of that. Same spot here. Here I can't build it where I need to build it because there's something in the way. I think, and then I've got the water here. It's covering that up. And that's there. I think my best hope is here. And I think what I'm going to do, yeah, this is for the beginning, so I'm going to back this up to and move it up to here. That's where we're going to start with. Move that over. What I've done here by moving, when you move these like this, it automatically pins them. When you pin them, if I go and do something else, like scroll over here to this, I keep this circle up. I know where that circle is. That's the good thing. And then I can move like my storage card over here, and then it will always stay up even when I'm not looking at the storage card. That's the important part of that. So let me go ahead and take a moment here. I'm going to go ahead and build this out. Go ahead and look at PinStar's video on the details on how to do this. So no need for all that from here. Actually, I got the wrong spot for the hunters. Yeah. So I want the forester to be here. And then hunting lodge there. And switch to the forester lodge. Let's go ahead and start building the road. There. Get the storage barn. That. Good, perfect. I want the forester lodge out here, so forester lodge is going to plant trees in this circle. And that is going to be key. The gatherer is going to pick stuff here. So by having the gatherer here, this section here where there's no trees, well, that's always going to be no trees. So everything the gatherer is going to be doing is going to be inside a growing place. Now, because this is a lot of open empty area here, the good news is that it's going to be area that's going to be replaced by buildings, so we're not losing as much of our trees as we would normally do. So let's go ahead and continue on. We got that. We need woodcutter. And woodcutter. And then we will do a stockpile after we switch to that. But we need our 6 houses. So we go boop, boop. Yes, and boop is a technical term, so in case you're wondering. And that goes there. No. Okay, so we'll pause. Pause. We don't want them building anything yet. Okay. I'm going to kick on one builder. I want the builder to come here and build this road. But everybody else is going to cut down some trees. Yikes. Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. I want you to cut down these trees. No, no, no. Come down here. Cut down those trees. That. Down those trees. Down those trees. Down those trees. Make sure. Yeah, that's good. All right. So now what will happen is they're going to go and start chopping all these trees down. Now I have not built a stockpile. At the beginning of the game, if you build a stockpile, they're going to go build that stockpile. And then they're going to cut down a tree and then deliver the log and put it here. And then they go walk back, cut down a tree, walk all the way back. I don't want them doing that. What I want them to do right now is chop down all the trees. And what you'll see is that there's a natural stopping point. That natural stopping point is going to be, go to 10. See how they're all going out there now? They're all cutting down. Well, there's a lunch break that's going to occur. And when they do that lunch break, that will be the right amount. You got this guy down here doing my road, getting some stuff. Now they'll all come over here and they're going to keep cutting these trees. And then what you'll see is as they're cutting these trees down, the whole group of them will stop cutting trees and they'll march to the thing. So let me make sure they're stop. Okay, see how they're all taking their break? So that should be enough wood. Now, I'll do. So we're going to cancel all of that. I don't want them cutting anything more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch them out. We're going to build our stockpile. 6 by 6. And we're going to switch them out to gathering all the stone in this area. Okay. And I guess I can have them collect that stone and that stone on their way. Some of them will be collecting stone. Others will be gathering all this excess wood. So, now they're later on. So what you have to do, though, in the early part and you're playing on hard is every minute counts. So they're out here now. They're going to gather all this stone in. I'm looking for 255 wood and 108 stone. So, got it on 10x. Alright, they're coming out here. So they've gotten stone going. So this is a 30, but now they're starting to deliver the wood. But when they deliver the wood, they're getting a full. I'm going to show you this. She's coming back with wood. It's 9. She's got 8. And she has 3. So let's watch what she does. So she's not going to come back in until she's got a good amount. So they're coming in with the wood. We got all this over here still to go. But they're not cutting down one tree and returning with that one tree. They are getting up. So we're in early summer, which is close, tight. But that should be the 250. Look at that, 246. And you hear the magical sounds of stone being pounded. So what I'm looking for on stone is 110 or so. A little bit more and I'm going to be fine. But as you see, they're starting to head back in for their lunch break. Stop. Now it's time to build. Got exactly the right amount coming in. Everything else. So the next step after this lunch break is to get them to start building. And the trick here is 2 builders. 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 2 build Everybody else is laborers. And I want them to work on gatherer's hut and one house. So they'll come out, they're going to get the rest remaining things. Clearing out this spot. Let me turn so I can see it better. I'll switch it back to stop. Okay, that has now been completed. Now they're working on that spot. Next thing is a storage barn. So, now if you notice, they're just coming right here. Okay, I can now bump it up to 3. I got a laborer that entered the workforce. I want them focusing in order. Okay, I want the wood cutter. Wait, oh, this is the, yeah, Forester Lodge. Now I can start releasing all of these. As most of this work is delivery. The hunting lodge is almost at the end. Now, before I turn any gatherers and get them going, I need to make sure the storage barn is complete. So, add one more. Obviously. Alright. We're going to have them work completely and tirelessly on completing all of the building. As you watch here, now the houses are getting done. They're working on those. 3, 2. Gatherer's hut. Okay. Free up 2. Gatherer's hut. Next one that comes available will be that. That. Take cut off for now. The people are building their own houses, and as they build their houses, then they get a job. Firewood's starting to come. Alright. And go ahead and put in 2 into the hunting lodge. And with that going on, it is time to finish cutting some trees. Because we need logs. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to come from this section. And we're going to build our road up here back to the main area. Just to there. I need the Forester Lodge. Circle. And I'm drawing a little cross there. Alright. And then I want a storage barn, or storage area. For now I'm going to go, well, okay, we'll do 9 by 9. We'll do an 8 by 8. And we're going to cut these trees. And let them loose. I may just go ahead and key thing here is I need to get the woodcutter some logs. There we go. We got firewood coming in. Food is starting to come in slowly. Yes, everything's low, but it's late autumn. And and we're actually doing all right. And I can start cutting into this section here. And while this is going on, time to place some other key buildings. Well, who's going to use that stockyard, the stockyard the most? How about our blacksmith? I'm going to shut him off for now. This thing here. And the rest of my tools. And let's make one builder, so that builder works on that. And the next thing we're going to build here is our library, our schoolhouse. With that schoolhouse will come yes, by the way, everything needs firewood. We gotta get those trees planted. What I'll do is I'll take one more of that because they need to get those. I'm behind on that. And that, as soon as this builder finishes building this road, I think what I'm gonna have to do is cut from here. These are closer. And cancel this removal over here. Cancel this removal over here. Alright, builder. Good. Stop. At 1188, so that's plenty. 55 stone. I need some iron, so let's go ahead and get, while I'm working on other things, let's get you gathering the iron up here. Get it out of the circle. And then we'll get that iron there. And then we're going to lay out the tailor. And then we need a house for people to live in. 2, actually. I'm going to leave one house out there and have it go ahead and get built by the one builder that I have. And go ahead and complete the road around and let it roll. And we're starting into our tool apocalypse soon. But we'll be fine. Food's coming up. Let's see how we're doing. We got venison, so berries, mushrooms, onions. There you go. Onions are the crop. Mushrooms are our meat. Roots are what's similar to as they're the 4 food types. I need to look that up. I'll let you know in the next episode. But the berries, mushrooms, onions, and roots represent the 4 food types that you can have, which include, so there's fruit, there's vegetables, or fruit, and there's, yeah, maybe the vegetables are grass, or grain. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's grain and meat. Okay. Are we gathering iron? No, we are not. Oh, good. Drop up a second builder. Actually, let's drop down a builder. I want them to do some resource gathering first. I got them doing this. So first things first, we'll go high priority. And then high priority. I got 200 and I'll just leave it at 200. It's early summer. In case you're wondering, I have not got any food. So, dear. Oh dear. Alright. Iron's coming in. How much am I going to need? I need 32. I need 16. So 48. Got that. How much wood? 32. I got that, so I'm good on my stone for both of those. Let's get that going. Because I'm running out of tools, and if I don't get this done quick, I don't care about this actually. I want that built. Come on, come on. I want you guys focusing fully on building that. Come on now. Almost there. Almost. You can do it. One tool down. Builder. What are you doing? Coming back here to eat and coming back here to work. Let's get you finished. Yeah, you're not happy, so you're going to idle. Let's see who we got working on this. Jennifer. Look at that. Educated. Clothing is fair. Well, you know, the style of this outlandish area is not what it used to be. When she was in the city, it was a wonderful thing, and she had the latest styles. And she hopes to get back to that, or at least let her children do. And let's get her working. Now let's see who our other builder is. Elbertrand. All our two builders. Also educated. That's a good thing. Almost there. A little child stopped by to see the construction site. And she's working. Stop. Now. And I want to set this to 25. No need to go crazy. And let's see who is... Oh, he's not educated. Let's crank down the builders. The blacksmith. And turn him back on. And let's see who we got as a blacksmith now. Aha! There we go. The man. Yes. Want to make sure you get a nice, educated blacksmith. They are key. So we're going to need some more stone. Do the next step in our grouping. Now let's go ahead and clear out the stone in here. Want them gathering all that. And the stone we don't gather there, let's go ahead and grab from here, because there's a road. And how much stone are we going to need? I got 26. We need 48, so we need 22. And here we're going to need 16 iron. I think we're good there. And we're going to need 16 more stone. So, going to get some stone going. Good. And let's see who we got in here. Gatherer and a builder. That's not going to work. And she's now our blacksmith. Yeah, that's okay. I'll live with that. We're out of the tool apocalypse. How are we doing here? 48. That's good. We can start that now. Yes, I know our reserve of firewood is low. However, our reserve of trees is low. How are we doing? We got 48, 16. Oh, we'll go with an extra one there. I want that built quickly. Logs. Now we can start cutting these. 16, 16 will be good. How we doing, Forester? Got trees going in. Gatherer. Let's look at our production rates on Gatherer. Not bad at all. Alright. As these trees start coming in and coming to maturity, as we get to year 4, these trees will have filled this area up pretty good. We're good on the quantity of our foresters, but I want to bump it to 3. we're gonna get that guy going. We're gonna drop this to 25. Now we have something to do with all that leather. And we got 16 and 16 and 50. So as soon as we hit 50 logs, I will be able to switch gears there. Let's get a little bit more here. Maybe some over here. And we got to get a comfortable number above 50 because our woodcutter down here is stealing a lot of those. And that's not good. Let me go ahead and mark off a little bit more over in this area. Not too much. I got that going. Okay. Looks like we're going good. Alright, we're good. Let's go ahead and crank on the schoolhouse because it rocks. And let's see where we're at. Okay, this is going. I want to finish this up and then we'll call it an episode. It's kind of running long at this point. And how are we coming along? Very good. We're at 50 logs, 1630. Oh, iron. So much iron. Pull that iron right there. You're right there. Grab it. Bring it here. Oh, master summons you. Well, since we need it now, as it rains, we'll drop a little priority on it. Drop one of our builders down because we only need 2. Here it comes. Drop it off, pick it up, drop it off. Come on, pick it up, drop it off. What? Come on. Give me the last bit. Alright, good work. And I'll go ahead and open that up. Let them start building that. And that's it. Episode 1, we are well underway. Looks like we've got all the things that we need. We got a nice amount of logs for, year 3 on hard. We've got all the tools and clothes. We got iron and we got stone that'll be available soon. So that I don't forget, let me go ahead and start the stone washing. And our food is about to hit a K. 1,000 food. We got 200 and we're holding strong on that. I'm going to go ahead and bump this to 250 because now we're going to start keeping pace. And I want to make sure that's ready for autumn. We get a teacher. And we're also going to be stuck here for a moment while we take some time for the students to educate themselves. I'll make sure we get our first student, which let's take a look at our birth rates. See who the first child was born, and let's make sure they're still a baby. Who was the first child born? Heribert. Here's Heribert, 8 years old. Heribert. So it'll be 2 years, or 2 child years for Heribert. He goes to school. But everything's been built. So all I'm going to do now is a little resource gathering here and there. I want to clear out this little area over here. Start doing that. I'm going to start pulling the trees off. And I'll probably put a fisherman over here. That's a nice little spot. And I'm cutting trees the old-fashioned way because I want this forest to grow and thicken for my gatherer. There's no need whatsoever for me to take that for anything else. And in the meantime, I'm going to gather all my resources out here. Make sure I get the iron for all those that are ironborn. Now here's an interesting thing. If you want some food early, you can also do this trick here. And what this does is, you see how I pretty much had everything built? This is a bunch of little free food where there's no gatherer. So they'll pick all that up, and that's actual extra food. I guess one of the things else there I can build is my storage barn. And I'm going to go ahead and let that get built. Put in 1. And that's it. I'm going to call it a pause here. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you back for episode 2. Thank you.